If liberal brains were taxed, they'd get a rebate. Hey, just saying, welcome, happy day, and all that neat stuff to the right, where we're here to tell you stuff that is right, because politically right is right and left is wrong. Recently appearing at a rally in Boston, Senator Hilary Clinton had a whole bunch of stuff to say about business and government, and she said, if you think that businesses create jobs, then you're mistaken, you're really, really wrong, because government, they're the superheroes of the day, don't you know, and they're the ones that create jobs. Duh. What a thing to even think about, let alone say in front of God and everybody else. She's wrong. What is wrong with her? She says, when my husband came to Ottawa, with him he brought arithmetic. Obviously I don't have arithmetic going on with me because I couldn't begin to add or count the number of things that he actually messed up on, and she was in charge probably anyway from the back room, don't you know? Hey. I gotta say, back to that though, that she is so wrong. It's government's job to create an environment that businesses can work in and actually thrive in, because accordingly they will go out and they will hire people. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out, but for anyone to say it's our job to create jobs, that's just downright wrong. Our job being, we're going to go out and do all kinds of fancy little things, create new departments, buy businesses, hire people, etc. That is morally unjust, goofed up. Pick a bunch of terms and you can use them because they will apply. After the shooting recently in Ottawa, Canada, there's a model that she tweeted about the high level of gun violence in the U.S. You know, I've always marveled at the insensitivity, I guess, of liberals. Why do you do things like that so quickly? Like right away you go on to say something about, you know, kind of the topic, I guess, but you're off topic, you're certainly off the mark, and you haven't got any manners. And you know what, at the end of the day, what's the problem here? I know, the problem is that when models start to talk, and worse than that is when they start to think, just kind of do what you're supposed to do, entertain us, that's what you're paid to do. Hey, you know, a lot of other talk has been going on in Canada now with regard to that shooting in Ottawa. Now it goes over into immigration. People are saying, how come these people are coming to the country? What is going on with that? They bring the old world with them. That's why, stay home. That's what so many Canadians are saying, to convert us, because the Muslim thing is a big part of all of this. Not so much with this crazy guy that was shooting, because you know what, although he was a follower of Muslim, he basically was just a nut. I mean, the ISIS and all the other good, good responsible terrorists would probably deny entry to their organization from that guy, because he was just a nut. He had a mental health issue, and he had an old rifle, and he thought he was in a movie, and he was out doing bad things, right? I get all of that, everybody does, but it does always, though, come back to immigration. Why is he in the country anyway? He had his passport denied, and he had a whole bunch of other things going on, kind of like get rid of him, because in the future, bad things can also happen. You got to be preventive, particularly in this day and age. I mean, you know what, when you got 10% unemployment with Canadians, why are you bringing other people in here? It's always been a bit of a mystery to me, and they bring all this old world stuff with them. You know what, there's settlers and then there's immigration and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's another topic, another day. A student in Auburn, Washington recently has been granted permission to carry a knife at school because it's part of his religion. Back to immigration, old world stuff coming here. If you want to do everything like you did at home, maybe you should stay at home. Digressing a bit, get back to the topic, you know, this traditional element that would be carrying a dagger or a sword of the Sikh faith was granted approval in this school. It's called the Kirpan, if I'm saying that right, hopefully I am. It's an instrument of social justice, and it must be carried at all times, is the verbiage coming from the people here. A volunteer from that school, though, said, you know what, I'm not very enthusiastic about this idea. There's no way I'm going to go back to work until that knife is gone. I mean, and then the teacher, the superintendent, actually says this: the knife can't be shown around, but it does allow them to express their religion without jeopardizing anyone's feeling of safety. It's okay if you hide it. Hey, I got a concealed carry permit. Can I hide it if I want to be a student again someday, even old like me? I don't know. There's a whole bunch of dual standards there. Kind of get over all of that stuff, because the settlers of the countries, we don't carry knives in school. We're not supposed to. Teachers, I hope they do. I hope they have a knife or at least a gun, something to protect the student body. I get all of that, as they should have it. You shouldn't have gun-free zones. I'm going on and on, but you shouldn't have students carrying around knives. I mean, if you are, then everybody should be able to carry a knife. My kids, their religion is to carry a gun. According to research now in the UK, this is just the UK, so you got to take that and do the multiplier out to the US and Canada and everywhere else in the free world, I guess, or the world. But in the UK, 24 million slices of bread are thrown in the waste every day. That's a lot of bread. Hey, just sharing with you. Y'all come back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.